Hey guys, it's Bailey. Thanks for tuning into the second episode of The Basic. Don't forget to try my favorite green juice at Organifi. You can get 15% off all products with code Bailey.
So I want to talk about how do you pick out a gift for your husband? Like, first of all, I'm terrible at shopping, so what I got was basically all the clothes that I am so lazy to go and shop for myself. So I've been wearing the same board shorts since college.
Yeah.
And Katie got me like 3 pairs of board shorts.
Yeah.
And like black pants and stuff like that. Ton of stuff. So how do you pick out stuff for Jacob?
I don't buy my husband clothes because Jacob's like 6'1", he's tall and skinny, and so I never pick out clothes that fit him right.
What about gifts? Like,
it's really hard for me to buy him gifts. I just kind of go with what he's into at the moment. Like, I don't really buy him clothes. Like he's really into Travis Matthews, which is a golf brand right now. So we went there and he bought a ton of clothes and he spent a bunch of money when we were in Denver. Nice. So, and Jacob's the exception. He hates when I buy him gifts. I mean,
oh, really?
He's like, "You're not spending money as a gift to me."
Yes. Actually, that's exactly what I wanted for my birthday. I was like, let's not spend money.
It works. Great? I don't have to buy him a birthday present, and because he's probably not going to like it. I mean, he's super picky about his clothes. He's a very particular man. So he would rather go to Top Golf and go out to dinner. And he would rather go have a date night.
Yeah, my birthday dinner was at Eddie V's. Because
I saw that.
Because Katie and I saw your snap that one time. You were up in KC and you went.
Did you have the espresso martini?
I gave up caffeine.
Okay, well, did you have the butter cake?
No.
Have you ever had it there?
Mm-mm.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah, Katie made a cake for me.
Oh, that's right.
Because she's an angel.
She is an angel.
And then, so that's why we didn't have dessert. Usually we get dessert, but
Eddie V's is
we had the scallops and the shrimp and the mashed potatoes, and it was amazing. But I've given up caffeine. It gives me too much anxiety.
So what's like the eating scene like in Kansas City right now? Do you have to wear masks into places?
You gotta wear a mask if you cross the like the floor of the restaurant. Like, so you know Yard House. So like, if you walk into Yard House, you have to be wearing a mask. I actually forgot mine in the car, and they're like, you gotta go get it. And I'm like, totally understand. It's fine. I get it. And so you got to wear a mask across. Once you're at the table, though, the tables are separated over.
Do they have like tables closed?
Our house is so far apart because it's huge.
Yeah.
And then mostly you stay 6 feet away.
Yeah.
And then all your servers are wearing masks, so it's like a ninja comes out to give you food. It's very strange.
It's weird.
It's so weird.
It's so weird. I mean, like everywhere you go now, like Walmart and the dollar store, there's like literally saran wrap at the register.
You need to do a Corona post, like a mask post or something to just like this is the scene now, and this is how you can still have fun. Because I mean, you went to Denver, you had a great time. There's pictures of you in masks and stuff like that, and it looked like a great. Yeah, it looked awesome.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
How to still have fun?
How to sell Corona. Yeah, I have a real hard time picking gifts. Like Katie, killed it this year, but it's like Tuesday morning of this week, and her birthday's on Monday. I find these awesome shirts for her. She'll never see this by the time this comes out. So they're like, it says "Cool Mom" and "Boy Mom." They're all like really cool shirts, and I go to order them. It's like 6 to 10 lead days. I'm like, of course, No. I find the perfect gift, and it's going to arrive late.
No, for one, I get all my gifts on Amazon Prime because I'm a last-minute shopper. So if I'm buying a gift for like my niece or my son or my sister or my dad, I go to Amazon Prime because it's here in 2 days.
Yeah.
But I think with a guy, like, it's just important to buy like what they're into at the moment.
Yeah.
That's what I do with my husband. And
I got board shorts because I was like, we're going to the lake. You need I was like, I need board shorts. All you gotta do is say it one time.
Yeah, like.
And then she just like catalogs.
Well, and that's how I am too. And that's why I try to give my husband that subtle hint. Like, I could really use some new.
Yeah, and they go like
Lululemon leggings.
You gotta understand, it's just men are just not working with that.
And then like if my birthday rolls around, you haven't told me anything you want. Yeah. I'm like, you haven't taken those 87 subtle hints I gave you?
Nope. I agree because I'm the same way.
Well.
Your husband and I, very similar.
Yeah. He is a good gift giver though. Or like when we went to New York City for our 5-year wedding anniversary, and he took me to the David Yurman store in New York City and bought me a big nice bracelet. So that was nice and fun because we got to shop around.
Yeah, so I went to Vegas one time with some friends, and then my buddy had set up this like shopping day at a private store. Like they have back rooms in Vegas of stores that you can go to, and like you can set it up. They'll come and serve you like wine and champagne and stuff. I did not know this. Like, I'm a simple creature.
Yeah.
Like, and so.
Well, I've never done that, but it doesn't surprise me.
Sounds amazing.
I mean, it's kind of like buying a wedding ring experience.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same.
Yeah, and I mean, they just like they had pre-requested.
What store did you do this in?
I don't remember. Like, it was brands. They're in the medical marijuana industry, so they have nothing but cash.
Yeah.
And so they have to buy all these things because that's essentially their like asset to hold.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. I'm like, I could not live that life. And then, I mean, it was just so cool. So I've thought about doing something like that for her, kind of secretly planning something out. I'm thinking like after she has the baby. We'll like do something like at the plaza.
That would be fun.
I don't know. I want her to feel like
my husband will take me to the plaza sometimes, like, because there's not a lot of shopping around here.
Oh, it's white girl essential area.
Obviously. So, like, we'll go to the shop, we'll go to the plaza and go shopping.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But
yeah. Plaza is super strange. So, the shoppers are, like, pretty much scarce.
Yeah.
All of KC during coronavirus is scary. Like,
which Kansas City kind of shut down quickly.
Oh my God. I had a conversation with one of my bosses, and I was like, I think we got probably a month till the city shuts down. Like, it's on the East Coast, West Coast. Like, it's not going to make its way all the way here. That was Friday. Monday, or Sunday night, they're, like, announcing, they're like, we're shutting down.
Yeah.
I'm like, I texted my boss, I was like, I was so wrong. Oh my God, I was so wrong.
We were supposed to go to Arizona in March, like the beginning of March for work meetings, and the meetings got canceled. I work in a car dealership, and all the dealers had canceled. Everybody was like, we're not going, so they just canceled it. We didn't go because there was no meeting, so we just stayed here, but my parents still went because we had to still pay for the rooms.
Yeah, I get it.
And so they went for a couple days, and this was in March, and when they came back, they had to leave it. They left a day early because they were scared they were going to get shut down.
Yeah.
So because it was getting so out of control, all the shutdowns, which the airlines still have never shut down.
There's nothing weirder than walking down Main Street at like 5 p.m. height of rush hour.
Yeah.
And not a single car.
Like,
I'm walking my dog down the streetcar line.
Yeah.
Like no, it's like I Am Legend. Like, that's what it felt like. I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
One of my old college roommates lives in New York City, and she was posting pictures when New York City was completely shut down. She was at like Times Square, and it was just like barren.
Yeah.
It was insane.
I mean,
it's been really weird.
I never want to go through that again.
This has been a really weird time.
There's never been a time like it.
No.
It's so weird. I was thinking about how am I ever, like, so say we make a vaccine, and I'm like, how am I ever going to explain this to my children? Like, how am I going to be able to, that's actually one of the first parenting questions I want to ask you. How did you explain what's happening in the world right now to your kids?
We're just like, there's just a sickness out there like the flu. It's kind of like the flu. And like my kids will ask me all the time, is coronavirus over yet? Like, we're like, we don't know. There's no end date.
Yeah,
we've just explained it like the flu. There's no really other way to explain it to a 6-year-old.
Yeah, there was nothing in our childhood remotely like that. You know?
No, the only thing that I can relate to coronavirus is 9/11. Because after 9/11, people were terrified of everything.
That was
you know,
crazy.
people were terrified of everything to go, especially flying.
Yeah.
And of going to the mall, and everything got really heightened then because everybody was just scared of the general public.
Yeah.
And now kind of is the same.
I mean, that was an enemy that we could see and that we knew.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what's, I think that's what's regenerated a lot of
crazy
mega racism in
I
our
think about that
country.
a lot. I'm about to have a kid, and I'm like, how would I ever explain this to my child?
It's really hard, and I also think kids are very personal, and Cooper, who's almost 12, is so different than Bodie, who's 6.5. Like they are so different that you have to even parent each of your kids different.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
based on their personalities, like some of them you have to be a lot softer to some of them.
I mean, I'm different than my brother. And you're
Yeah, me and my sister are total opposites. And so it just makes sense that you have to parent your kid differently, and you have to give them,
Yeah, just different kind of attentions.
Yeah, you have to give them the attention that they need, not...
Yeah, and analyze all the data and make a decision.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
I just think it's also really easy when you're the parent. Like, you know your kids like the back of your hand. Like, parenting, being a mom has just came natural to me, and I wasn't a big fan of kids before I had my own kids. I had never changed a diaper.
When did you have your first kid?
I was 22.
Yeah.
So I was 22 when I had my first kid. I found out I was pregnant the day after I graduated college.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be rough.
It was interesting to say the least, but
I mean, they're both amazing. I mean, all three of them are amazing.
They're great, and now I'm only 29 now, but whenever I'm 40, whenever I'm 50, my kids are going to be raised, and me and Jacob are going to get to do whatever we want.
That's pretty cool.
That's what I'm really excited about for our future.
Yeah.
So I think there's benefits to having kids early and to having kids late. So it's just it's the way you look at it.
I'm having my first kid at 31, so I feel like that's
even by the time
that's par.
By the time you're 50, your first child will still be 20. 19 or 20.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're still going to have your kids almost raised by the time you're 50. And 50, my parents are in their early 50s now, and they're like living.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, after 22, I was good. Like, my dad never had to. He's like, "You're raised. Good luck." And he did, and it was great.
Yeah. Once I was in college, my parents were like had empty nest syndrome, and then especially once I got married and had my own kids, and they were like, "You're on your own."
So I can't wait to watch my mom become a grandma. Like,
it's
amazing.
That's going to be fun. It's really fun to watch your parents become grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, whenever I told my dad I was pregnant, I had just graduated college, and we weren't engaged. We had been together for a year.
Yeah.
But he obviously wasn't thrilled. I wasn't engaged. I wasn't married or anything like that. But now he's like absolutely obsessed with my kids. Wouldn't change anything for the world.
Yeah.
So it's just fun to watch your parents become grandparents.
That's awesome. Yeah. Let's go back to some fun questions.
Yeah.
I want to talk more about. So, how did you decide to make a blog, and when did you start it?
So I made my blog when I was pregnant with my first son in 2013. So that's how long it's existed on the internet. And I would just blog about literally my pregnancy. I would update it every week, and that's whenever I was kind of like, I like doing this. It's a lot of fun. And people were like, your writing is so fun. And just because I write, just like I talk, actually I type like a lot more unedited than this because I just, I feel like there's no filter when you're typing.
I actually love your writing voice. I feel like it's really strong. And I feel like I can literally see you like saying these words. So,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
it really is you, and I like that.
Yeah, it's just fun for me to translate all my thoughts, and even if nobody's reading it, it's kind of therapeutic for me. I mean, I'm not like music-y or artsy or anything like that. Like, I like to cook and eat.
Yeah.
I can do that pretty well.
Yeah.
So, and why not share all that stuff? And just like being pregnant, it was easy, and it was an easy way for me to share what I was going through with all of my family members. A lot of my family lives in Oklahoma, a few hours away, so.
Yeah. No, it's really cool. And you're living that lake life now. Like,
yeah, we're living that lake life. 2 years ago, I guess it was, like a little over 2 years ago, my dad went through this big cancer thing. And so my dad had this my dad kind of had this midlife crisis after that, where he was like, I'm not going to just spend my whole life doing nothing but working anymore.
Yeah, and you should.
So when my dad and my mom were like dating and stuff, they always went to the lake with my grandparents to Beaver Lake, which is in Arkansas, but it's kind of close to where they were at in Oklahoma. So they would go to Beaver Lake a lot. And so they decided, you know what, we're going to live the lake life. We have friends on the lake.
And they are. It's great. That's awesome.
They went, we always say that we cannonballed into the lake life. Like, we did not like dip our toes in. Like, we straight up cannonballed into the lake life.
Definitely 2 boats, right?
So, yeah, my dad bought a boat the first year, and then me and my husband bought a surf boat this January.
Are you good at that?
I've only done it once.
Yeah. I've only done it once, too.
I don't like, I've already said, I don't like not being good at things, so.
I've been going to the lake for years.
I need to just keep practicing so I can get good at it, but I don't want to like be holding everybody up.
Yeah,
it takes me
that's
forever.
my main thing.
I need to go out first thing in the morning with just me and Jacob whenever I can like really learn.
I miss all those those kind of lake sports in the early years. My parents didn't like going to the lake, and they still don't, and that's fine. But I like it, and me and my wife like going down.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if I go out with people, I don't want to feel like I'm holding them back while I'm learning.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Exactly. That's my biggest hang up too. Like.
Yeah.
I don't want to be an inconvenience, and I know it's not.
Yeah, and everything you get to go different places if you're not being like, and stop, start. Yeah. No, I get that.
Since we have the wake surf boat, that's what we're doing anyways. Like my dad has the old man cruiser boat. We have a fun wake surf boat. So
that's an old man cruiser boat.
He has a Regal cruiser, it's I don't even know what year it is.
Kind of like Cobalt, like a...
Regal, Cobalt, Malibu. They're all the same.
No fin that goes down on the side.
They all make like, I guess cruiser is probably not the right term. I don't even know. Like,
sure.
It's just like a regular boat.
I don't
that you would drive around on the lake. Like ours is a wake surf boat, so it creates a bigger wake in the back.
Yeah, I can barely drive a boat. And that's because I didn't pay for that boat, and I'm afraid to drive it. That's the only reason.
And my husband bought a boat because he would not drive my dad's boat. He's like, if I wreck that boat, I will feel so bad.
Yeah.
I can't live with myself. And so we bought our boat, and Jacob did not know how to drive a boat. He totally learned how, and he has done so well. Of course, like I tried to learn when we were learning, and I was like, nah, I had severe anxiety. I'm like, absolutely not.
Especially like if it's not yours.
Even in a wide open lake with no boats around, and he's
so even your boat, like you didn't want to.
No, like I won't drive our boat unless it's like he's like, hey, will you take the wheel for a second?
Yeah, I feel like if I owned it, I could.
I need to get better so he can like hang out.
Yeah.
But it's so nerve wracking. But my brother-in-law used to have a boat, and he doesn't have a boat anymore, so he loves driving too.
You know, I was that way for a couple of years, and then I was on a date with Katie down to the lake house, and I was totally pretending like I knew what I was doing. I was like, all right, I think I can do it. I feel like I can take her out on a boat, and we'll be okay. So like it was a Malibu. And I watched my cousin do it a million times, and I had him teach me, and then I bring her down, and she's like, "Where are we going?" I'm like, "I literally don't know." Like, and so we take off. I have like Google Maps up on my phone, and I'm like, "Okay, I think this is how this works." And I mean, it is so nerve wracking.
It is so scary.
And I'm like trying to put on that confident
literally
Like-
roll the wheel, and you're not going anywhere.
No, because it's like all about drift. And,
Yeah.
ugh,
Scares me to
it's
death.
so weird.
Did she love it?
Yeah, we had a great time, and I was able to park it. So we were coming back, and I was like, all right, listen, I don't really know how to park, so you're gonna have to help me out. So like, get up there, and as we go in, just like help guide me. And I'm like, other than that, I don't know what to do.
And that's the really scary
Yeah.
part. Like, that is the absolute scariest part.
Yeah,
So
it's fiberglass, and it can break, and yeah, I mean, you see those like Barstool Sports.
just like
posts of boats sinking. You're like, they had a great time, like, and you don't want to be that guy.
yeah, like oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Which, when we did get our boat, brand new, we were taking delivery of it. We had came down to we bought our boat in January. So we got a good, sale on it. Not really, but we got a...
Yeah, you were down there pretty early.
We bought it in January because it was a closeout model.
Yeah.
So we bought it in January. We took delivery of it in winter time. So me, my husband, and my dad go down there to meet the delivery captain from where we bought it from to learn about this boat. My dad's still... I don't think my dad's even ridden in our boat. Not even one time. Except for the first time, because when we took delivery of it...
Oh.
We don't even get 200 yards, and things start flashing, meh, meh, meh.
Dude,
buzzer,
boats
buzzer.
Boats are not like cars.
It starts taking on water.
Oh my god.
Taking on water. Bad.
Really?
We have to turn around and get back to our dock immediately. A hose came out of the engine.
Oh no.
Or something, I don't know. Something to do with a hose coming loose. It was taking on water. So anyways, they fixed it. Now it's fine, but...
Wow. I wouldn't have known.
My dad is the biggest warrior I've ever met in my life. So he was having an absolute meltdown.
Really?
He was so
I
scared.
don't see that out of Jay.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a guy that beat cancer in the face, and then
Yeah, with me and my sister and our kids, he's like, don't let them get too close to the water. Do they have a life jacket on? Are you watching them?
It's significantly more than let's say a top Chevy. It's
Oh, a boat?
a boat is crazy expensive.
Oh, a brand new boat is...
Not about it.
It's like buying a Lambo.
Yeah, I drive the pontoon very well, and I know that that's solid metal, and if you ram into that, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
It's
the
gonna be
pontoon
great.
is literally the minivan of the water. You can ram that thing.
Right, I'm gonna be a dad, and I can drive the minivan of the boat.
So you guys can find all of my recipes, all my lifestyle tips about plants, just mom life, anything like that, my travel tips, travel updates. You can find this all on my blog at baileysize.com. You can also find all of my recipes on my Instagram stories. I share everything there.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Check back next time.